What's going on, guys? Corey from PhoneArena here, and today we're unboxing the ZTE Axon M, which as you can see is an AT&T exclusive. So let's see what they packed for us. Now if you don't recall, this is the dual screen fold out phone that ZTE announced last month. You have two 5.2 inch screens, one on each side, and they fold out with this hinge mechanism here to create one large screen experience. Or a tent mode dual screen experience, which we went over a little bit in our hands-on, and you'll definitely see more of it in our full review, but let's just take a look at how it looks right now. Now this is made of metal and glass, so it's definitely trying to compete with modern phones and somewhat with flagships. It does have a Snapdragon 821 with 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage, and they wanted to match good materials with that. So you have a pretty sturdy phone in your hand. This is about 230 grams, which is 30 grams more than the iPhone 8. So you're gonna feel the heft a little bit. Obviously it's in a more compact, slimmer profile than an iPhone 8, you'll definitely feel that less when you're holding it in this kind of mode too. But along the edges, everything is metal. You have a little bit of chamfering. The one thing we did notice here though is that this right here, this hinge, is a little bit of plastic. Everything else in the back here feels like metal, but there's just this hinge piece here that feels like plastic, and that's a little worrying because obviously the hinge is pretty integral to this thing's construction. It is a solid resistance that you feel to it, and a nice satisfying snap that it has when you fold it all the way out, but that is a little worrying. Hopefully that plastic piece, which kind of just looks like a cutout here, is not super important to the construction and build. So you have a 20 megapixel camera here, which is your only camera for both selfies or regular photos. Your viewfinder becomes the back screen, or with selfies obviously becomes the front screen. But this is optically stabilized, so that's nice to have. Dual flash, SIM tray, volume keys, power, camera button. It's nice to have a camera button on a phone like this. Kind of keeps everything on one side here and reminds you of orientation and the best way to hold it, because it can be a little bit confusing which way is up on this phone. But obviously the earpiece is here, this is the front. So one more time we'll expand that. So let's power this thing on, let it do its thing, and let's see what else is in the box real quick. So of course you have your let's get started guides, product safety and warranty information. Looks like we got some headphones in here. That is pretty loud. I don't know if you can tell, but that was a pretty loud chime right there. Nice little headphones, inline mic and everything. That's nice to have. And the charging brick along with the cable, which is USB-C. Glad to have USB-C on here. And that does it for what's in the box. Alright, now that this is all booted up, we're going to go ahead and get this set up, and we'll be right back. Alright, so we're all set up here. One thing we had a little bit of trouble setting up was this fingerprint sensor. So this power button also doubles as the fingerprint sensor, and as you can see, it's going to be a pretty small sensor. So it's also kind of a weird grip since it's such a thick phone and it's on one side, the only side, not your thumb side, that it can be on due to the hinge. You have to pick what finger do you want to do, your index, your ring, your middle finger. I did my middle finger. It's still a little tough to get to register correctly. As you can see, a couple times it's not going through, and we're gonna have to, it keeps partially detecting my fingerprint. It's a pretty small target to hit here, so I'm gonna add a couple fingerprints later and see if it gets a little better, but that's a little troublesome. Otherwise, you press and hold to unlock this. Just enter your PIN, and here we are. So we'll obviously go into interface and everything deeper in the full review, and you can see a bit in the hands-on. Right now it's in regular screen mode, and you hit this and you can change the different screen modes. Let's just put it in dual screen right here where it's supposed to extend to both. It's taking a little second to do that. Let's try that again. Nope, didn't go there either. Let's try it one more time. There we go. So obviously this is just set up and, you know, going through some stuff, but we'll definitely test this deeper and see how quickly everything responds. But there you have it, two 5.2-inch screens making one. So stay tuned for our full review on this. We'll definitely dive in deeper and let you know how this phone stacks up. Oh yeah, one last thing I should mention, it is priced at about $725, so again, it's competing in a near flagship category. So we definitely are going to test it as such, and stay tuned for our full review. I'm Corey Gaskin from PhoneArena. Thanks for watching.